10 American history photos and the incredible true stories behind them. Martin Luther King Jr. stands before a crowd of 250,000 people during the March on Washington on August 28, 1963. There, King would give his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, in which he called on Americans to not judge others by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. In one of the most famous American history photos, 11 construction workers casually enjoy lunch 850 feet above New York City in 1932. The photo was, in fact, a publicity shot for the new Rockefeller Center. But in the Depression years, it also provided a spark of joy and inspiration to a beleaguered nation. As the fight for LGBTQ rights ramped up in the 1970s, many parents wanted to show their support. Here, a number of proud parents demonstrate alongside their LGBTQ children at the Gay Pride Parade in New York City on June 30, 1974. Following the shocking assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas on November 22, 1963, his Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson took the oath of office on Air Force One. Next to him is Kennedy's widow, Jackie Kennedy, who insisted on wearing her blood-stained pink dress. She said, "I want them to see what they have done to Jack." A group of people wearing face masks pose in California in 1918, during the second wave of the Spanish flu. The global pandemic killed at least 50 million people worldwide and 675,000 in the United States. The Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison, arrive in New York City in 1964 for their first U.S. trip. Crowds of hysterical fans followed them everywhere, proving that Beatlemania had officially crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Bessie Coleman had one dream: to fly. Born in poverty in 1892, she attended a French flight school after being told that American schools only accepted white men. Coleman later became a stunt pilot in Europe, hoping to make enough money to open a flight school for black women in the United States. But she died at 34 when one of her planes suffered a mechanical failure. Albert Einstein, the German-born physicist known for this theory of relativity, also had a sense of humor. Here, he poses at home in Princeton, New Jersey, wearing a pair of fuzzy slippers. In 1969, 400,000 people descended on the tiny town of Bethel, New York for the Woodstock Music Festival. The festival ran from August 15 to 18 and featured dozens of musical acts including the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, The Who, and Jimi Hendrix. Today, it stands out as one of the shining cultural moments of the 1960s, but attempts to replicate it have fallen flat.